emphasis was on the hell. Welcome to DK Vine's Not Halloween Scream-A-Ganza, where we will be playing all day long the spookiest moments of the Donkey Kong universe. And we're starting off with Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. And I was going to play Gloomy Gulch, just Gloomy Gulch, the spookiest world of the game. But then I thought, well, Crazy Kremland is also sort of spooky, and it's sort of intertwined with Gloomy Gulch. So why not play both of them? So that is what I am going to do. I am going to be playing Crazy Kremland and Gloomy Gulch, and kind of speaking to the lore of both. So, as you can see, this is at this point in the game, we are traversing up Crocodile Isle. We've been kind of in the docks and the swamps and the volcanic ridges of the island since we got here, since the game started. Now we're venturing upward into the Kremlin's horrific amusement park. And, of course, this is also where the majority of the zinger hives are, the original murder hornets. So, yeah, let's just begin. So, this is going to be incrementally spooky. Because you don't want to just start with, like, bam, ghost, it's spoopy. No. You gotta build the anxiety and the tension like any good haunted house movie. Oh, spousal abuse is the way we start things off here. What am I doing? No! Fucking Wii U gamepad! No! Alright, that could have been a disaster. Bad way to start the Scream-A-Ganza. They stack them. They stack them like that. Russian nesting doll treasure chest. When are they gonna add these to Sea of Thieves? Oh no! Alright, so yeah, these zinger hives are a beloved, iconic locale in DKC2. Oh. And I just love the way they kind of built the zingers up from the first game. We are introduced to them in Donkey Kong Country. They return in Donkey Kong Country, or Donkey Kong Land, Donkey Kong Country Land. And we met their queen in Donkey Kong Country. But now we kind of get a sense of what zingers are all about. Here are their hives. They are indeed weird honeybee, like wasp hybrids. There's Squitter. Can't have Halloween without spiders. I think that's the expression. I know I like to do is every Halloween morning, I wake up with my nerves all a-twitter, and I come downstairs. I should be checking all of the crevices. Anyway, and first thing I like to do is I go underneath the giant jack-o'-lantern, and I open up a big box of spiders, and I just let them infest everything. And sorry, I realize I didn't check the upper regions of the screen. Yeah, I don't know this game. I know this game pretty well, right? But I don't have it committed to memory, so... No! Don't... Okay. Anyway, that's, you know, we filled Mitchell Wolf's car, our good friend Mitchell, with... His car was filled with spiders. E3 2019, and it felt like a Halloween day that day. It was a good day. No, gotta keep Squitter at all cost. That's my motto. That, and it's not Halloween without spiders. Drop down, but I don't know. Okay. Nope, Squitter. Keep Squitter at all cost. It's my motto. Oh, can I get him? Can I get him out of there? No. You know, I'm gonna die. If I die, if I can't get Squitter from that pit, and it looks like I can't, yeah, it's worth the death. Take the hit. I want to give a special shout out to everyone watching so far in the Scream-A-Ganza Gallery of the Damned. I don't fucking know. I need Dixie. There she is. I couldn't see because of all those porcupines. They knew what they were doing, putting porcupines in these spinies. With all the sticky honey, you can only roll into them. They knew what they were doing. They were sadomasochists. But I want to give a special shout out. We got, of course, Cameron and Jeff, my partners in crime. Ray Day Pinball, hello, talking about went on an airplane and was trying to find GBA games to pack for the DS and could only find the copies of DKC 1 and DKC 3. DKC 2, which is the one I actually wanted the most, was of course missing. Of course, if this was the GBA version of Donkey Kong Country 2, we would miss all of the moody ambiance, because that game, they significantly brightened the backgrounds, because the original model GBAs did not have a backlight, and kind of ruined at least the mood of the games. I mean, they were still perfectly playable, and it was really cool to have them, and that's how a whole generation was introduced to the games. But so I'm thankful for them. But yeah, I mean, it's one thing to like have the original Super Mario Brothers games on the GBA, because they're naturally like bright even in the darkest areas. But the Donkey Kong Country games have that kind of, it's a cartoony realism, I guess. Whoa! Stop that. Of course, the best collectible in the entire series right here, hero coins. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a full, like, completionist playthrough of these two worlds, because we are on a time schedule today. This isn't DK Vine done slow, so I need to sort of pick and choose my battles here. This is just to soak in the spookiness. So when I do DK Vine done slow Donkey Kong Country 2, I of course will get everything. But that isn't what today is about. But it would be in poor form, I think, for the first level I play to not get everything. Right, so... Bad thing is when you come out of a bonus area sometimes you get a little turned around. You're not sure which way you're coming and which way you're going. Especially when you're trying to stream and you're trying to entertain while you're playing, it's very easy to kind of lose your train of thought. It's not great for focusing streaming games, in my opinion. So far, I found it is hard for me to focus and play as seriously as I like to play. Alright. Keep Squidder at all costs until the very end, and then we have to bid adieu. He'll be back. He'll be back during this Scream-A-Ganza. I'm just gonna adjust my microphone while Diddy is... You might have heard that clang there. That was me adjusting the microphone, so I don't have to crane my neck while I'm playing. Alright, so... Hey, we can save the game, which is handy. So, nothing scarier right now than public school. Ooh. Wrinkly, why aren't you doing virtual learning? Jesus. We're all gonna catch the COVID. Which is how Wrinkly died. It just took 4 years. Alright, let's go into Kremland proper. So, Crazy Kremland, it's not a spooky world per se. But you might have noticed in renders, in the one famous render... just love that music, sorry. Oh, I missed! In the one famous render of Crazy Kremland with Diddy and Dixie on this skull card, there's a ghost house, alright? And it's a ghost house that doesn't actually appear in Crazy Kremland, but I have some theories about where it is, and it is in the game, and we will be visiting it today. I have some theories about how that all came about in the order of the levels, and why there's some bizarre things later on. So yeah, the whole idea of a shitty amusement park, kind of like Action Park in Jersey, that's run by the baddies, is a favorite trope of... it's not necessarily a rare trope, right? Was this a Destroy Them All? I didn't check, because I was talking about shitty amusement parks. I don't know if it's like a Malesian trope, or like who pitched this initially for DKC2, but of course it would come back, Banjo-Tooie. No! Oh my god! It would come back in Banjo-Tooie with Witchy World, and which is kind of a spooky world too. Who knows, maybe they will incorporate Witchy World into the late night variety frights that our DK Vine Idaho crew will be putting on later tonight, following the Conversation Dead, which is what we're calling the live conversation. It's the little soundtrack scream of David Wise. It's not David Wise screaming, to my knowledge, but yeah, it's a favorite trope in the DKU, specifically of this DKC2 Banjo team, and I think Witchy World is a better park. I should have dropped down, shouldn't I? There we go. Yeah, I wanted to go down on the lower track there. And, Yeah, Witchy World is nicer than Crazy Kremland, because this is... I mean, it's a great concept for a video game, but... And it would be a great concept for a roller coaster if you didn't actually have to... Shit! I thought it was time, and it wasn't time, so I fell. Because you would actually... I mean, anybody who actually rode this in real life, unless you're a parkour expert or like some sort of Olympic pole vaultist, you would die. There'd be no way to actually navigate this jumping from skull cart to skull cart. But obviously the minecart roller coaster that they're building for Super Nintendo World, that's the way to go if you want a Donkey Kong roller coaster in real life. Because Crazy Kremland is a little bit more niche. It's a little... It's something that the hardcore fans know and love, but minecarts are Donkey Kong's deal, right? It's become synonymous with the franchise. But I would love to see if they ever, like... If society ever returns to normal and we do have a robust theme park industry again, and they... Fuck! I'm rusty. I'm rusty at jumping across a roller coaster with lots of broken sections. No, but it'd be great if they could, like, have a Kremland expansion at one point. This is also, like, assuming that the Donkey Kong franchise is big enough in the future to warrant expanding Super Nintendo World and have it just be more Donkey Kong shit. But, this would be, like, if you could simulate the feeling of jumping, I don't even know how you would do it, but jumping from cart to cart, like, the minecart, the schematics for it, they're simulating a lot of the same stuff you would see in a minecart level. And this is just basically just a minecart level. Sorry, Dixie. That's what I loved about DKC2 and DKC3 is they didn't just bring back the minecarts. They said, how can we repurpose them for the game? So they kind of reskinned them as a roller coaster and a toboggan sled in DKC3, which is a little bit weirder, but I still appreciate it. Can I just point out too, I love the cannon statue, the giant cannon statue, and the cruncha over there too. Just because somebody, because, you know, cannons are clumps, just in pirate gear. Somebody had to sculpt those nipples. Some Kremling sculptist had to whittle out pointed nipples on that cannon, and I appreciate that. So, Bramble Scramble, yes. This is... Alright, let's see if I can do this. I don't know why I tried to do the team throw. It did obviously work out for Diddy. Dixie, she managed to survive. This is my favorite level in any Donkey Kong Country game. Therefore, it's my favorite level in any video game. Bramble Blast is the first Bramble stage. It was just a couple stages before this in the chronology. It's the last normal level of Krem Key. I wanted to get the exclamation barrel, and I didn't have Dixie, so I let the click-clack step on all over me. But Bramble Blast, while that is first, I think Bramble Scramble is the best. I mean, Bramble Blast was its own gimmick, right? It was a maze of blast barrels, barrel cannons. This is just a platforming stage in the brambles. And, you know, Sticker Bush Symphony, it's magnificent, but between the background and the way this level is designed, I think it is one of the most ingenious platforming stages ever. Not just from Donkey Kong Country, not just from Rare, ever. And I've often said, if aliens landed tomorrow, and instead of saying, take me to your leader, because you wouldn't do that now, they would say, show us the height of 2D platforming. That's something aliens would be very interested in. They travel light years to see the very best of Earthling 2D platform design. And I would show them Bramble Scramble. Because Bramble Scramble, it just hits me in every way. It's fun, it's challenging, it has layers, it has variety, it's atmospheric, it's dreamy, it exemplifies everything I love about Rare's Donkey Kong, and Rare in general. It celebrates nature while not dismissing the danger of nature, but it's never holding that as a fault. Shit. Well, there's a DK barrel there. Nature is dangerous, but even in its most deadly forms, there is still an inherent beauty to it that you can't help but marvel at and just So with squawks here, you can bounce on the underside of the brambles, but because apparently Diddy and Dixie, they can take it. Their bellies are tough. But Squawks, his soft little purple, not purple, his cousin is purple. His soft little parrot head just mushes underneath the brambles. I just love the variety of baddies in this. It's a highlight for zingers, but also Kremlings like Cannon, just sitting in a little bramble batch there, firing his cannons. This is just where DKC2, all of the different themes converge. They just all converge. I'm not even gonna worry about the Kong letters. This isn't a retro game. Got the crooks there. Not even gonna worry about the banana coins either. Banana coins are... Oh! I hate when that happens, when the banana bunches get stuck on the bramble. And I mean, it makes sense they would. Why wouldn't they? Come on. You got mini neckies dive bombing you. Whatever. Hey, Squitter's back. Told you he'd be back. Wasn't the hero coin down here? Yes. So, you see that banana that's hiding in the, fuck. The gamepad I'm playing on right now, which I did for the Scream-A-Ganza back in June, so I wanted to be consistent, but it's not the best way to play these games. Alright. Yeah, but that banana just signaling that there is also another path you can walk through right there, and that's where the hero coin is. The placement of the hero coins are, I think, what makes Donkey Kong Country 2 so much more than its predecessor. It's, alright, it's okay. I got the hero coin. That's really what I wanted. And I got all the bonuses too, so now I can just focus on the end here. But, you know, Donkey Kong Country had its fair share of secrets, but they're all just bonus areas. And then, you know, an occasional warp or whatever. But hero coins, they have strategy behind them. There's always like a next level thing you have to do, or an outside the box way of thinking to obtain that level's hero coin, to find it even. Obtaining would be DKC3's whole thing. Right, I'm dying, it's okay. What would a Scream-A-Ganza be without wanton death? Right? You can't have a good horror movie without somebody dying all the time. I'm really wigged out by the zingers sometimes. Not that I'm scared by them, but I hesitate. I hesitate too much because I don't want to die. Alright, I'm ready for you. I also love the variety that the cannons provide. They can either shoot across or down. I love the way the ones that shoot down look. Because they're rarer. You don't see them as often, and it's just such a fun visual. And there's quacks yet again. I really like too how DKC2 traded off between the animal buddies. In a single stage. You know, Donkey Kong Country really usually only had one animal buddy. Fuck. Well, it's up to you, Squawks. You have to finish the level now. DKC2 utilized, I think, the animal buddies better than any game in the series did. I mean, certainly, like, after Donkey Kong Land 3, they're barely utilized at all. But it's just the right blend of getting to ride them and transforming into them. I feel like DKC3 leaned into the latter way too much. Which is, it's fine. I like transforming into them, but nothing beats actually riding them. I don't know why I went into the team throw there. Stop doing that! It's the damn gamepad! When I do the DK Vine done slow, I'm playing it on the Switch, now that it's on Switch. I'll definitely be holding out for DKC3 on a Switch, too. The simple color scheme, too, between the zingers in this game. You know, Donkey Kong Country had a whole lot of colored zingers, and this game just said yellow and red. It's just smart design on their part, because the reds, they're invulnerable, and the yellows you can take out, so. And you just instinctively know that as a player, and if you don't know that, you'll learn it very quickly. One of the great false memories of my life is I swore, when I played Bramble Scramble initially, I could have sworn I had been to a place like Bramble Scramble in my life. It felt familiar. I'm not talking about Bramble Blast, I'm just being like, I've actually been to a place. No place like this exists, but... Oh, ghost! We have a ghost! Our first ghost sighting of the Scream-A-Ganza. That is Cloak. That is a class of Kremling ghost. And the ghost... Okay, here's what happened. I was afraid of that ghost. And while bustin' makes me feel good, I let the fear cloud my judgment, just like the fear of this zinger right here. Next time, I'm gonna bust him, and it's gonna feel good. I'm gonna stay alive. Cloaks, you'll notice, have... It's colored differently, but it's essentially the same coats that crooks wear. Oh, come on! So I like to think that cloaks are the spirits of crooks, or at least the same type of, Kremling that crooks are. Because I don't know if crooks are, like, the consistent class of that Kremling, because all the pirate Kremlings, most of them, not all of them, most of them, the familiar ones are rebranded ones from Donkey Kong Country. So critters became clumps, clumps become cannons, crushes become crunches. And I don't know if crooks are just their always natural default state, or if there would be like a non-pirate version of crook that, you know, hasn't been introduced, but exists within the universe of the game. But that's what I think cloaks are. And it's possible, you know, there are Kremlings who are always pirates. That is just... what they are. When they decided what baddies were coming back from DKC, I think they made a really good call going all in on zingers. Shit. Why am I hugging the top? I should be hugging the bottom. Wink. But yeah, zingers were smart to bring back, basically unaltered, except, you know, kind of shoring up their color scheme. And I just love that they brought back neckies, but only mini neckies. It's fun that only mini neckies appear in the game, and they're still called mini neckies. I think it's fun. But then the first thing I would do if aliens visited Earth would be to take them to a Super Nintendo and have them play Bramble Scramble. I remember when I first played this as a kid, this was the hardest level, and obviously I'm still struggling with it 25 years later, but it's not as intimidating. This was like an all-day trial. I first got the Bramble Scramble. Alright, those mini neckies got me again, so I'm going to have to remember to hug the bottom. Oh, a lot of ghosts. It was Spook Town. Alright, check in with the live stream real quick. Cameron asked, I know it's for gameplay reasons, but is Squawk's the only animal buddy where you take the hit instead of him? Yeah, I think so, right? I mean, quacks would theoretically count in Quacks and Squawk in Parachute Panic, but I think the parrot class of animal buddies, that would be it. Angry Ancestor says, Perry, the parallel bird, is always unique. I should just visit Funky really quick. Just in case it gets too scary and we need to make an escape plan. Pay off Funky. Alright, we're back to the roller coasters. A rickety race. Okay, there he is. I was like, I need Diddy! Kremkey is a fun world, as all worlds in this game are, but I really think Crazy Kremland is when Donkey Kong Country 2 starts coming into its own. Just the 1, 2, 3 punch of the first Zinger hive, the first roller coaster stage, and then Bramble Scramble. Like at this point, you're walking away from that thinking, yeah, this is one of the greatest games of all time. And this is such a great concept for a level 2. The race, you don't need to win to clear the level. That's just for the hero point. But to have a race with roller coaster carts, right? Like the most recklessly dangerous, if it were actually possible in real life, it would be the dumbest Florida man kind of activity you could participate in. With all due respect to all DK miners who live in Florida, I'm not defining you by your geographic region. I'm just paying tribute to the meme. All right. I don't know what happened there. That was just. It just happened. Sometimes I don't have a reason for why I die. It's just a momentary lapse of my fingers not working. Just a brain bubble. I love that one where you don't even have to defeat them, you just get by them. I wonder if he's still behind me trying to catch up. These are, Crash... No, not Crash. What are they called? I know they're the... Crash is the minecart baddie from Donkey Kong Country. Oh man, now it's driving me crazy. What are their names? I like how they're all kids too, but they have the same adult Kremling death noise. Payon made Barrel Blast. I like Kip, which was their Diddy analog in the Kremlin crew, but they maybe should have based his design off these guys. See the ah! Also want to point out too, when I go down a hill, you'll see. Well, I love how Diddy and Dixie really get into riding the roller coaster, even though it's a death coaster, even though it's designed to kill them. The thrill-seeking adventure lovers in their heart, they get into it all the same. Ah, I did it again. I did it again. I fell at the exact same point. Hey, live stream, help me out. Help me out. Remember what these Kremlings, what their names are. It's not Crash. Crash is Donkey Kong Country. The minecart riders. Lil Crashes? I don't know. The thing is, I'll remember it on my own later today. It'll just pop back in my head. Ah! Clank. Thank you, Cameron. I wasn't gonna remember Clank, I guess. Also, I just love the design of the skull cards, too. Kind of have that, like, red ruby eye. The complete lack of seat belts on them. You know how when you ride a roller coaster and the attendants come around and, you know, they make sure you're strapped in really tight? You don't get that at Crazy Kremland. Here he is. That's the leader. The leader of the bunch. You know him well. Boom. Whew. Yeah, so that was Rickety Race. So, I also want to point out Cranky here. The KI here, on the tent where the Monkey Museum is, but you can also see the Killer Instinct arcade machines just littered in that tent there. And that is still in all versions of the game. Like, they're unaltered. Cranky's such a bastard. Alright. But yeah, so that is something that has to be worked out between Microsoft and Nintendo every time they bring Donkey Kong Country 2 back on a new system, on a virtual console or Nintendo Switch Online. Whatever they do, like, there are multiple things that have to be worked out because even though Nintendo owns the game, and theoretically, like, everything in it, there are still elements that Rare has some stake in. So they have to work out a deal. And yeah, so that's how Killer Instinct is still name dropped liberally in the Monkey Museum and on this map screen. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Wrinkly's Winter. What is the name of this area of the island? Looney Goonland. Creepy Crocland, Crazy Kremland. Yep. What color is your parrot buddy? Which one? Red, green, and yellow. I don't see a purple option, so. Oh, what is the name of the two companies that produce this game in Donkey Kong Country? I think it's Rave and Crocodile Games because I'm an idiot. Kremsoft. I wonder if there is a Kremsoft out there. Like, in-universe, if the Kremlings have their own software company. Horrible Hive. I like the alternate names somewhat better sometimes. Wasp Hive Horror. It's the name of the old lady Kong who runs Kong College. Way to reduce her to just her age, Swanky. Crocky. Which of these items cannot be found at Club's kiosk? Okay, rule. That was easy. Baboon Booty. Ooh. What is your snake buddy's name? Well, at least Swanky, unlike everyone else, spells it correctly. Gruntilda spelled it incorrectly in Grunny's Furnace Fun when Radley was name dropped. And of course, the city planners of New Donk City misspelled it. Color waistcoat. It's green, right? Yeah. Which of these enemies have you not seen yet during this area of the island? Cutlass the Swordsman. Well, Clanks are sort of Cutlass, but... Oh no! Oh, fuck. Did I see a cutlass? Well, I definitely haven't seen Cat o' Nine Tails. I got hung up on talking about cutlass and their physical similarities to clanks, which I think clanks might be cutlasses just without the swords. Now, that begs the question, are clanks naturally cutlasses, or are cutlasses naturally clanks? Or is there a third identity for them when they have neither sword nor roller coaster cart? Heady questions. Alright, Mudhole Marsh. The last swamp level, too. So, this is for you, Phil Collins. I like how as you... There's Cat o' Nine Tails. Good thing I went to Swanky first. Oh, it's one of these Russian nesting doll treasure chest. And there's just bananas inside. Ooh, invincibility. I remember not liking at first that they introduced invincibility in DKC2 because I was like, that's a Mario thing. Oh, all right. Yeah, I died, and I don't know. I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good answer as to how it happened. Ah! It's the gamepad. I'm just gonna blame all of my faux pas on the gamepad. Because it's chonky. It's a chonky piece of plastic that stretches out your hands. It's not compact. It's not nice and snug. Yeah, but it's nice that as you increase in altitude, you would see less and less marshy areas. It makes sense. I'm not gonna worry about these fucking bananas. So yeah, Crazy Kremland, the area outside of Crazy Kremland would be the last place you could encounter them. It's also, as a Virginian, as somebody who lives in the state of Virginia, you know, we have King's Dominion, we have Busch Gardens, in both, like, around the Williamsburg area, and it's true, like, there are swamps just right outside of the park boundaries. Like, you get on a roller coaster, you can see the swampland. Our swamps are nothing compared to, like, Florida, but we still have swamps once you get out of the mountainous areas. I just love what a shithole Crocodile Isle is. Like, you know, there's all this implied history between the Kremlings and the Kongs. And, we know Donkey Kong Island was part of the Kremlantis Empire. The region that encompassed their empire of antiquity. And, eventually the Kongs drove them out. I have my theories about how that happened, actually. And this is not the Great Ape War. The Great Ape War does not exist. Somebody needs to delete that page of Donkey Kong Wiki if Donkey Kong Wiki is ever to have DK Vine's respect. But, even though, like, the Kongs are, like, the native species of Donkey Kong Island, and the Kremlings did have, like, control the island at one point, you can kind of see why they would want it over their own homeland. Their own homeland is rough terrain. It is the wilds of Sea of Thieves. It is scraggly and see, if I didn't, well, now I need to use them, because I was gonna say if I didn't have both Kongs, then I would have to use this cat o' nine tails, and that could happen. Cat o' nine tails is such a weird baddie too. How have I not hit the star barrel yet? I think the bayou, swamp, marsh, whatever archetype is my least favorite in the game. And I don't dislike it. I like it. It's between that or the volcanic levels, which I like too. You know, when I say least favorite, that's not to disparage them in any real way, because this is still my all-time favorite game. Even if I don't want to get what's in those treasure chests, it's useful to use them as shields from the onslaught of mini neckies. And then I just jump right into one's beak. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. Or I could worry... Ah, what am I doing? What am I doing? My hands are locking up, I swear. The star barrel was right there, and I just helicopter spinned into the water. I feel like something is possessing me. I feel like... This is spooky. This is spooky. This is spooky nonsense happening to my hands right now. It is a remarkable skill to be able to hold a treasure chest in your hair. You know, my theory that Dixie has a tail, she just tucks it up her shirt, is made all the more ludicrous. The fact that she could just use her tail, her prehensile tail, like Diddy, but she has decided to train herself to use her ponytail, which is not prehensile. I mean, she acts like it is. Oh, shout out to the moose head Dixie. It's my favorite optical illusion. One of my favorite optical illusions of the game. The fact that when Diddy is hanging behind her, his feet give her moose antlers. She has a tail tucked in her shirt. She doesn't have moose antlers tucked underneath her beret. That was just a joke. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Fuck! I did it. I did the thing again where I like helicopter spin or twirl just low enough that I'm like not falling in, but I can't get back up. Mudhole Marsh will be my undoing, apparently. Yeah. I'm playing badly right now. That invincibility does come in handy, I guess. Oh, sorry, sorry, Dixie. I'm coming back for you. Yeah. replenish my banana coin supply after botching Swanky's quiz. His baboon booty. I botched Swanky's baboon booty. Alright, there we go. I've recovered from that nonsense. Really making me work. Alright. It's not worth it. I'm wasting time when I could just be getting to Gloomy Gulch, right? That was the goal of this. Nah, I'm not doing that. Even though the swamp levels are some of my least favorite in comparison to others in the game, I do appreciate the enormous cattails there. I'll try it. To destroy them all so I can get out some of my aggression. It's nice they give you 2 cannonballs because there is every possibility that you would lose one. Nope, don't do that. Ah! I'm gonna take a sip of my energy drink here. I feel like my hands are sweaty, but it also just might be the implied humidity of Mudhole Marsh. Looks like a sticky level. Sometimes I feel like Dixie, even though she's like the quote-unquote easier character for a player to control, I feel like Dixie can trip you up because sometimes your mind goes on autopilot and you rely on her helicopter spin, and it makes you play worse when things get hairy like this. This level right here. With a lot of intricate little jumps and strategically placed baddies. Using Dixie's helicopter twirl here, where you're supposed to do precision jumping on these barrels that cannon is shooting, it's not as good. Almost happened to me again. Like, you knew this was coming. You knew they were gonna pull that on you after introducing the mechanic earlier in the level. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Okay, I gotta wait till the banana coin. That's a shame. That is, one of the frustrating hero coins of the game, because if you miss it, you have to play the whole level over again because it resets your star barrel. I'm just gonna visit Clubba. I feel like I can do it. I feel like today's my day. I feel like for the Scream-A-Ganza, the game will let me fight him. So you ready for this epic boss encounter? First time it's ever been seen. I'm going to fight Clubba and it's going to work. Well, maybe next time. Rambi Rumble. And this is also another reason I wanted to play Crazy Kremland in addition to Gloomy Gulch. There's Cutlass. It's because when you talk about terrifying, scary moments in games, this isn't supernatural, but I feel like I'm not even gonna. I could go for it, but apparently the honey wants me to go for it. But yeah, there's a horrifying set piece that is pretty unique in the annals of the Donkey Kong series. The way it sets up the boss of this world. Convenient place to get my face chomped off. Just love the way Dixie licks the honey. Diddy's just looking at me like, are we gonna just stick on this honey all day? And Dixie's like, no, I'm gonna make the most of this opportunity. Like the little elements you get of their characters. Ah. Come on, no! Okay. Also, the larva that's in the background of these levels, such a great touch. Future generations of zingers. I bet those are the zingers we fight in Payon games. And you just fall forever because you've been going upwards in the hive that whole time. This honey, it does make it hard to jump, which, I mean, by design, but it's so ingrained to do cartwheel jumps, double jumps off ledges. And when there's honey right up on the edge, you can't do that. Oh, Dixie just... Okay, there she is. She just miraculously recovered. And at this point, you're like, it's called Rambi Rumble. I wonder when Rambi's gonna come in. Jump my face off that time. I should have just helicopter spun as Dixie. I might do that. Or I might not. Oh no! I fell too far. Now I have to retrace my steps all over again. That is the nature of this early half of the level. They also have those hooks to catch you if you fall too far, but you can still fall. I had to let it happen. Oh. Ah! See, I risked it, and I lost everything. Like, that was close. Also, just have to give a shout out to the music of this, of all of the zinger hives. Flight of the Zinger. underappreciated classic. Ah! It is fun to watch them fall a great distance. And just smack into the sticky ground. No! Just all the little touches, like how the foreground is dripping with honey. The zingers just watching you from their little honeycombs in the background. It is an intriguing look at, like, their life. The life of the zinger. I thought that I thought Dixie was low enough that it wouldn't have happened, but it did happen. I did it again, and apparently I'm not learning anything from my failed attempts. Could you imagine being that close to, like, a circle of murder hornets? At this point in Diddy's career, he's fought against zingers numerous times, so I wonder if you just build up, like, a fear tolerance over a certain amount of time. I mean, you know, it's like, damn it. You know, beekeepers take precautions, but they're still stung. But after a certain point, bee stings, you know, unless you're Macaulay Culkin, they don't frighten you. Also, I guess now would be a time to make reference to Donkey Konga 2, because Donkey Konga 2 brought back zinger hives as one of the backgrounds. Since the majority of Donkey Konga 2 took place on the offshore islets where Donkey Kong Land mostly took place, I wonder if the Kremlings, or I wonder if these zingers, after the destruction of Crocodile Isle, built hives there, like maybe Kremlantis or something. Yeah, the zingers are still persevering. They're still surviving, even after the destruction of Crocodile Isle. Oh, spoilers. Nope, 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 nope. Clamp on. You're not gonna get me this time. I'm done dying. I'm done getting stung. Okay, well, this is new territory, so I'm probably gonna die here. Because I just see it happening. I'm like Doctor Strange looking forward in time. Only like 1 out of 999,000 times is this gonna result in me not hitting that zinger. You didn't see it just now, but I just held up my finger all shaky like. No! Okay. Okay. Well, now I have to do it all over again, so this time I'm definitely gonna die, right? Yep. Alright. Just move on. Oh, God. That's sadistic. Alright, 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 alright. We're good. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's great, actually. These are, cutlasses are my favorite. It's so weird to refer to a cutlass in, like, as a noun, as a name after Sea of Thieves, but, cutlass, and I always confuse them with cleaver, the sword boss, who is a cutlass. But they are, one of my favorite DKC2 baddies. Actually, you know, I was talking about, is there a third version of Clank and Cutlass? It might be Kasha. It might be Kasha from off of Donkey Kong 64. The Viking, or I guess Snowmad dressed baddie. So I can't get that. I should have done the thing before going into the little chamber there to transform, but it's okay. This isn't a full completionist playthrough. This is just to get to spookiness and to get shot in the face by a big nipped purple dude. Although I do have a chance to get that hero coin now, I guess. Assuming they provide me a DK barrel. Which they won't, and that's fine. So yeah, you transform into Rambi here instead of riding him. And that means you, even like with a DK barrel, you're limited to 2 hits instead of 3, and you need Rambi. So they mostly do this whenever you actually need the animal buddy for whatever the level concept they have in mind is. Later games like Donkey Kong 64 and and I'm thinking like the Game Boy games, actually, like Donkey Kong Land 2 and Donkey Kong Land 3 and the Game Boy Color version of Donkey Kong Country. They have you transform into animal buddies just because of technical limitations, even if the stage itself isn't designed for that. So, alright, so just going along here. It's a normal level. It's Rambi, but where's the rumble? Oh my god, it's the boss! It's chasing me! Oh! Oh, it's terrifying! Oh god, oh god. It's huge, it's a giant bee, it's chasing me. Oh my god, oh my god. This is where Rambi really earns his pay. And you're so terrified, but there is a bonus there. So I did remarkably well, but the first time you actually play that, you could imagine the terror and just the sheer, like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, to have a giant bee. The music changes into that terrifying jaunt. Nothing up there? Okay. So yeah, that is a little bit of a horror movie piece right there, and that leads us, you get chased right into the main chamber for King Zing. Now King Zing, not King Zing Sting, that's just a little bit of punctuation they put on the level name. King Zing is the husband of Queen Bee, who we fought in Vine Valley in Donkey Kong Country. And this is also an historic first, because you fight him as an animal buddy. Hidden banana coins there. So this is far less terrifying somehow when he's not chasing you as a rhinoceros. Becoming a small little green parrot is somehow less scary than when you're a tough rhino. I don't know. I can't explain the way this stuff works, but it works. All right, so of course I need to hit his stinger, and now he's just bursting with stingers. This is weird biology. Oh! So this is gonna take a couple attempts, I can already tell. The thing is, his flying pattern, you know, it's predictable here, but it's still maneuvering around him takes some getting used to. Like, I would almost prefer if he just charged you rather than this, like, very deliberate crisscross pattern he's doing. Poor Squawks, right? Squawks was just the flashlight holder in Donkey Kong Country. How did he get the short straw here to become the first animal buddy who has to fight a boss? Okay, okay, come on. Alright. I was feeling less than perfect with my extra hit point taken away, so... Now I feel recharged, refreshed, and ready to go. And you know, zingers, this is like the zinger shining moment, right? Well, King Zing comes back in Donkey Kong Land too, but you know what I mean. And then Donkey Kong Country 3, they're replaced with buzzes, which were more of a weird crocodilian bee creature that's like partly mechanical. Worked well for that game. And I like buzzes. But then of course Jungle Beat didn't have zingers, had their own bees. And Tropical Freeze introduced their own bees, which is fine because zingers are affiliated with the Kremlings. I'm gonna have to focus up here. But yeah, I mean, every bee since zingers have failed to, I think, capture the imagination as much as zingers do. And so everybody wants the Kremlings to come back, or, you know, and very least K. Rool is back and he'll be in Donkey Kong games again. But, you know, if the Kremlings do come back, zingers should really come back with them. Oh, how did that hit me? I should have barely missed me. Ah! The hitbox for the little stingers is wider than you assume, or at least that I'm assuming. So I need to get a wider berth. Or I could just fly right into his face and see how that goes. No! No! Get away from me! Why is he so mad? I've only infiltrated his many hives and laid waste to not only so many of his drones, but also his queen, his wife. He shouldn't be mad. Ah. Of course, it's also interesting too that the king and queen, and a king bee is such a like absurd logic leap, but zingers are special anyway, aren't they? It's interesting that they would align themselves with another king, King K. Rool, to the extent they do. I mean, it's probably just an alliance out of convenience. They're both natives of Crocodile Isle, and It's bad when you don't see him on screen and you just... You know he's going to be coming around. And you have to get him from behind. Ah! There we go. Now he's going to do the shooty shoot. Okay. Now he's going even faster. So if I was struggling before, how am I going to fare now? There we go. I need to shoot where he's going to be. Ah! Wipe the sweat and the honey off my fingers. On the plus side, I am racking up those banana... Oh, come on! Like, at this point, is it even worth it to keep going, or should I just get hit? Well, every time I play, I get a little bit better, theoretically. So... It's experience. We're not on a strict timetable here, by the way. I'm gonna play Gloomy Gulch all the way through, and then I'll pick up Ghoulies, so we're not gonna, like, have hard cutoffs today. Except for, like, when it's time for the conversation. And when the Idaho crew is taking over. That's when we'll have hard cutoffs, but for the portions of the Scream-A-Ganza with me, it's just going to be loosey-goosey, easy going, easy breezy beautiful cover girl, cover ghoul. So I didn't want to short shift DKC2 because I know a lot of you want to see me play it, so... And see me fail repeatedly at it. Come on. Come on. Bah. What's my strategy? Oh, I don't really have one. I'm just shooting eggs. But yeah, once I'm done with Gloomy Gulch, we'll move over to grab away the ghoulies. Oh, okay. I need to stop just flying into him when he's moving so slow at the very, very beginning. Also have to say I love the design of the zingers. Like, the actual, like, way they're shaped in DKC2. It's a big improvement from the first game. And land, for that matter. Okay. Ah. 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 There we go. I don't know the biological mechanics of why he shrinks and can spawn numerous zingers. I've never thought about it that hard. I imagine the other zingers aren't like spawned from him. It's more like his own version of the Royal Battalion Guard from Ukulele and Impossible Lair. And actually, one of the battalions, I think it's Zingari, he fought zingers, according to his bio. He infiltrated the zinger hives, and he did battle with them, or spied on them or something. So, like, that whole, like, battle strategy of King Zing might have actually been the in-universe lore explanation for Queen Phoebe's forces in the Royal Stingdom. So, there you go. We're here at Gloomy Gulch. Gloomy Gulch. I really should have saved the game. Oh well. I just looked up at the live stream and I see Jeff said, throw your nuts at his throb dong. His throb dong. And they're not nuts, Jeff. Squawks shoots eggs. Not his own, because Squawks is not always pregnant or anything like that. It's just Squawks gets eggs from folks' nest. He's a nest robber. That Squawks. So, Gloomy Gulch. We're up higher now. We're where like the wind whips the islands, and this is the forest region of Crocodile Isle. You know, we got Vine Valley in DKC, Donkey Kong Islands. Oh. So this is a haunted forest, but it's also quite beautiful. Got the sunbeams shining through the thick canopy. It's dark, it's foreboding, but it's also quite beautiful but sad. And that's really boosted by the music. There are the ghost ropes. And I know there's a lot of questions in the community about ghost ropes. How do ropes become ghost? And, you know, there are, like, I'm not gonna go into, like, every aspect of paranormal philosophy here, but, you know, there are, like, instances, documented cases of physical items manifesting as ghosts, especially if you subscribe to the theory that it's all like spirits are like actually like physical energy that's somehow trapped in an environment. So yeah, I mean, ghost ropes aren't completely ludicrous. Oh no, that's a bad spot to be in. I love the forest, though, because it is such an understated way to do a haunted forest. It's not, like, completely haunted. There are elements of spookiness of things being haunted here, but it's not really, like, in your face about it like a Boo House is. Or, like, something like, you know, Creepy Castle is. This is, there's a quiet dignity about it. It's much closer to, I think, what a real haunted location would be, no matter, you know, your views on that. Because I'm someone who, like, has been in a haunted location. I didn't realize it was purportedly haunted when I visited it. It was only when I experienced stuff there that I then looked it up later and was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I felt. Just, there's this kind of heaviness to the air, this like sad feeling that permeates it. And then you hear voices, you hear, in my case I heard musket fire, just whiffs of musket fire in the air like an echo. And that's kind of what this place is. So those are kabooms, by the way, with clobber, and they are the TNT equivalent of clobbers. And yeah, they're kamikaze agents, suicide bombers. They're there to blow you up and themselves along with them. Along with you, I should say. The ghost ropes were then followed up by ghost barrels in DKC 3, which, you know, like a lot of things in the game, didn't necessarily resonate as much with some people as ghost ropes do, but I like that there was that thematic consistency. Like, well, we had ghost ropes, let's bring in ghost barrels. I want to see ghost vines. I want to see ghost vines next. Nope. Like, they're this game's equivalent of gunpowder skellies in Sea of Thieves. They're always liking to blow you up with baddies. So there's, I think, a Kong letter hidden up there. Yep. Ah! Oh! Well, I got an extra life, and then it's immediately gone. Alright. This is low-key, I think, becoming a lot of people's favorite tune in DKC 2. Just, you know, Sticker Bush Symphony was what was celebrated by the fan base for so many years, and got in Smash, and, you know, I guess it's maybe overplayed now, just a bit. But yeah, there's the beautiful sadness to this song. And it's really why, I mean, it's crazy. This is 1995, and you're able to feel this kind of thing in a Super Nintendo game about cartoon monkeys. But just the way it hits you in your emotions and makes you, like, really believe in this environment. This environment that has, you know, ghost ropes and spooky trees with faces on them. But I feel like this is a real place. And that's just the way that the graphics and the music and the art, the presentation, they all just converge. The game is so perfect in so many ways. I didn't get the hero coin, did I? Oh well. Oh, there's Cranky. I thought you were cheap character DKC, but Dixie's even worse. I know I've said it before, and I love Cranky, and I hate to make this comparison. I hate to compare anybody with what I'm about to say, but Cranky's dialogue, especially in this game, does read like a presidential Twitter feed in 2020. And Cranky mellows out, he grows as a character, but Cranky is at his absolute most, like, vile, abusive, intolerant self in this game. So, Haunted Hall. Now, this is what I was talking about. I feel like this level was devised for Crazy Kremland, and then they, I don't know when they thought, I need Dixie. I'm gonna go back and get Dixie really quick. I don't know, like, when they thought, like, hey, we're gonna have a spooky forest, maybe we should move it. Well, what sense does that make, having a roller coaster outside of our theme park world? Well, I guess it doesn't make much sense, does it? But we're gonna put it in the library, and so my thinking, and I don't know if this is correct, but my thinking is this was just all devised for Crazy Kremland. Alright, there's nothing down there, is there? It's so, like, it's so long, and it goes down so far that I just had to check it out. That's what she said. And alright, I can just go on. So yeah, they thought, well, if there's gonna be real ghosts on this roller coaster, maybe we'll put it in our ghost world. And these are cackles fan favorite characters. There's not just one cackle, there's multiple cackles. Check the color of the bandana. And of course, if the timer runs out, then they get you. I should have jumped up top on that roof. I screwed up. I screwed up so bad. I screwed up to the point where, because I really want to like show off this level and all of its glory, all of its magnificent glory, so I feel like I should just let myself die. But I can also let a cackle kill me. Oh, well, okay. So that's all that happens. They don't like decapitate you with their sword or anything. They just grow more tangible and you just get hit by them. They didn't have it in the budget to animate cackle. Yeah, anyway, so in lore, in universe, I don't know what the rationale behind this is. My fanon, my theory has been that Crazy Kremland was expanding, and they were expanding in this old library in Gloomy Gulch that's abandoned because the Kremlings don't have any need for book learning. There we go. See, it's well hidden right there. You wouldn't think to immediately jump over it. What's an obvious bonus area. But I just love this whole set piece here. So you go up, and then what's gonna happen? Oh! So if you don't do that, then you're not gonna get the Krem coin that you back up into. And then it spits you out. Oh, how nice. How thoughtful of them. And then I've already done this, but might as well do it again. So yeah, like, the way it's presented, there's not much reason for there to be a roller coaster in a library, in a haunted library. But, I think I provided, hopefully, an out-of-universe reason and an in-universe reason for you. Let's talk about the cackles. They are such a great design. They're originally going to be Mr. X, who we saw renders of in Nintendo Power, and I think maybe the German guide. The German guides are a great resource a lot of the time for stuff like that, but he was like wearing like naval ceremonial outfit, and he was still a floating phantom, but not a skeleton creature. Uh-oh. I might be able to pull it out. Nope. 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 I hit way too many of the minuses. Sorry, Dixie. I failed you. Well, actually, you failed you. Oh, no! At least I got some of those bananas on the way down. I want to go in there. Anyway, I know a lot of the fandom has really like embraced Mr. X, if that was going to be his actual name, as this great lost character. But Cackles, I think, were the right call. Making them skellies, ghost skellies, which of course has come into play a few times in the DKU since Cackle. I'm thinking Grunny's Revenge, and of course now in Sea of Thieves. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I want to see what's on those spines. What are those books? What are all of these books here in Haunted Hall? Cackles also suggest to me this grand tradition of piracy in the Kremlings that isn't it's been kind of renewed by K. Rool in this game. Oh, I'm always mistiming that jump. All right, if I don't get it the next time around, we aren't going to worry about it. Yeah, Cackles feel old to me, older than the Cloaks do. They feel like they're from the golden age of piracy. And it just really spurs the imagination. What were they like when they were alive? what adventures did they go on? That's why one of my dream updates for Sea of Thieves would be, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I keep mistiming the jump, and it is what it is. I know I wanted to see everything in this level, but sometimes you just have to cut your losses if you're not doing a perfectionist walkthrough. He was gonna get me, and I wasn't about to have that happen, so I sacrificed myself to deprive him of the joy. Yeah, I would love a Kremlings attack update to Sea of Thieves, even if it's just like a limited time event, and then Kremlings are never in the game again. It would be great to have like a crocodilian race show up in Sea of Thieves. You'd have to work out a deal with Nintendo, but it would never happen, but you know. I do want them to allude to... Shit! I thought maybe I would have a redemption arc there. I would like them to have them allude to crocodilian pirates at some point. Like, rumors suggest they could get away with that. They've gotten away with so much already. That was close. Oh, well, that wasn't just close. Oh, and there was nothing I could do there. So once Cackle took care of Dixie, I had no momentum to get out of that position I was in. So it just occurred to me that Haunted Hall, if it was a Kremland expansion, but they like ran out of money, it's just like all theme park development in the year 2020. I wonder if they mismanaged a plague too, and they just shut down. Ah! It's frustrating me. All right, I'm gonna have to really hit these plus barrels now, or these plus barrels. Not check barrels, plus barrels. What the fuck am I talking about? Not having Diddy makes this dangerous. Yeah. Also glad they don't just have the regular roller coaster music set to this. It's its own thing. I did it! We can go home now. It's like the kid finally getting their picture taken with the costume character. Alright, you got your picture with Cackle. I fell down the pit. Well, at least I got in there. I don't need the Krem coin. I just wanted the pleasure of seeing the room. Come on, nope. Oh, no, that's not fair. You just, like, there's no way to get out of that arc you're in, and then... Fuck, no, it's not gonna happen. Oh, it happened. Just barely. Yeah, the roller coasters levels, it's easy to figure out where the hero coin is because it's usually in the margins of the beginning or the end. Alright, Gusty Glade. Here we go. Back to the haunted forest. I need Dixie. So let's visit another old friend. And it's Radley, no E. Radley with a Y. L-Y. So this is the first wind level. Of course, K. Rool's Keep, which we will not be playing today. They would really up the ante with wind. And this isn't a new idea in a 2D platformer at this point in time, but it really does, like, show you and illustrate to you just how deadlier Crocodile Isle is compared to Donkey Kong Island. It juts straight up. So, of course, you're going to have just really volatile winds on certain days in certain positions of the island. Donkey Kong Island doesn't really have to worry about that, do they? So, if you don't have Rattly, you can just use the hook. Oh, come on. It was taking forever to change, and I got impatient. I was like, what am I really supposed to just try to go for it, even with the wind blowing against me? Well, okay. I also appreciate how, like, the sun is not shining through right here, like it was in... like it was before. So, is there a storm blowing through? Is that what this wind is? Or is it at night? It's too bright to be night completely, I think. Because if you were in a deep, dark forest, you would not be able to see anything in front of you. I love that Rattly can stomp on the spinies. Doesn't make a lot of sense. You would think those quills would hurt a snake just as much as anybody else, but... the double jump is key. Jumping while you're in midair. Here we fucking go. Oh, does it blow against me until I just go for it? Is it just like a leap of faith? I guess it is. I don't like it, though. I'm not even gonna try it. Sorry, Rattly. Sorry, Rattly. Alright, no, Rattly's fun up until that point, but... playing with a gamepad, maybe if I had my Pro Controller on the Switch, it'd be one thing. I'll do it on my DK Vine done slow playthrough. Clamp-ons are another underappreciated baddie in these games. Whoops. Nah, you know what? I'll try it one more time. So I think I have to get right up... Ah! Oh, come on. All right. I'm not... No, Rattly, you stay in your crate. You stay in your crate. I'm done with you, Rattly. But yeah, you know, they're the super monstrous version of claptraps, and they're fundamentally the same, right? Like, they're basically identical in function. They just look more fearsome. But I like that they decided, what if we have a creepier, more intimidating version of claptrap with a more satisfying chomping noise too, a deeper, more robust chomp. Yeah, so much easier. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why I just helicopter spun right into the cannonball. Oh, that would have been... I was gonna say, that would have been a cannonball, and I missed out on a bonus area. Yet another one, but it's okay. Alright. I think I'm forgetting about the wind somehow. Do I even wanna... I guess I do. I don't know why I keep forgetting about the wind, because the whole conceit of the level is that there's deadly wind blowing against you. Not this time, cannon. Ah! Okay, so I wasn't expecting the wind to just pick up like that. That's the way you want to do that to get the cannonball. There we go. Oh, it's a collect the stars. Oh, weirdly, the wind doesn't even factor into this one. But I do appreciate that they still have the neutral leaves fluttering through the air. This is an automatic firing barrel, by the way, so you don't even get the time when you fire. Just like get in and hang on and try not to let that happen. Ah! No! 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 Ah! Now I have a Krem coin for every week of the year. Okay, so now I really need to time my jumps because the wind's gonna adjust. Now it's just gonna blow against me. Apparently they thought that was a tough section because they put a DK barrel right there. Ah! I get tripped up by the wind. I'm big enough to admit that. Don't need to even worry about that. Well. I also realized the error of my thinking, oh, I'll start the day with some of the later worlds of the game. It's like, having not played DKC2 other than like running in and getting screenshots every now and then for the site, having not played it in a while, it's like starting an intense workout without warming your muscles. Nope. Bye. Missed out on the hero coin there. Ah! Oh my god! Okay. I just barreled through the end there. That could have ended much worse than it did. I'm gonna save my game with all those banana coins I've been collecting. Oh, it's free, the first save, that's right. Well, at least I can save it whenever I want now. Yeah, I'll leave. Try to make it to my next class. Well, we can't really promise that because the man you raised as a son is currently, you know, being tied up and beaten by the enemy of our people, but sure. I'll try to make it to your next class, Wrinkly. Alright, so this is kind of a break from the ghostliness, because, you know, life goes on in a forest even if it's haunted. And so we have another zinger hive. The highest zinger hive in Crocodile Isle. And this is also another famous level because this is the introduction of Quacks the parrot, Squawk's cousin, Squawk's less capable cousin, and that seems like I'm besmirching Quacks, but Quacks is what was the quote? Quacks is a gentle baby, and Quacks is a gentle baby. He eventually learns how to contribute. He gets tougher. He can fly upwards in Donkey Kong Land. No, in Donkey Kong Country 3, he can fly upwards and pick up barrels and you know, Squawks wasn't 100% when we first met him, but he learned his place. So does Quacks, and this is Quacks' first run. And I love Quacks. Now, it's interesting, Quacks in the West didn't have a name until Payon brought him back in Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. I think it was Jet Race. I missed the bonus area, but that's fine. It's Jet Race in Europe, but nope, bye Diddy. DK Vine, well, I, before DK Vine, gave him the phantom name of Squeaks. And that's based off a Swanky's bonus bonanza quiz question. I think in Krem Key. What is the name of your parrot buddy? And the options were Squawks, Squeaks, and Flapper. Now, the thing is, Quacks served our purpose for one of the purple parrots, but there are two. There are physically two in this level, and there's a trade-off where it's undisputable that there are two. So, oh no, oh, well, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna keep going in the interest of keeping the Scream-A-Ganza on track here. So, yeah, I named the other one Flapper, right? And now we call that one Squawk. Kind of a fanon animal buddy, even though I think they're all supposed to be Quacks. I will fight for Squawk until my dying breath. Squawk, I think, is coming up here. Oh, maybe it's the next trade-off. Alright. But yeah, this is what I love about the Donkey Kong series, is that there can be like very minor like ideas, like let's have a mechanic. There's the trade-off. Quacks and Squawk right there. But let's like reuse Squawks, color him differently, and have it so he can only like slow your descent. And then that becomes a character beloved by fans, including Payon, who, and then, you know, they used the name that was used, I think, in Japanese guides. He was called Quacks, and someone in Payon was like, that's what I know him as, and so that's how we got Quacks. Quacks, of course, comes back in Donkey Kong Country 3 in a greater role, and I'll talk about that when I eventually do DK Vine Done Slow. Let's visit Swanky. Let's see if I can ace this quiz. So it's on Rare's website, it said that Swanky couldn't get another hosting gig after this because of cheating allegations. Everybody thought it was so suspicious that Diddy and Dixie won all the prizes on several consecutive episodes of Swanky's Bonus Bonanza, and so it was a quiz show scandal in the Rare Archipelago, and that's why Swanky has been blackballed from TV gigs. Yeah, his studios blew up, but you'd think he would land on another network or something. Didn't happen, and that's why he had to move to a tent as a carnival huckster. How many little wasps did the end of area giant wasp break up into? So according to Swanky, he broke up into wasp, but I don't know if Swanky's an expert here. Remember the trendy surfing Kong who operates his barrel flights. Get ready for this, lore hounds. Cranky, Funky, and Chunky. Yes, this is the first reference to Chunky Kong. The first reference to Chunky Kong in the Donkey Kong universe before we meet him as a character 4 years later. Now, I'm not saying that the DKC2 team was planting any seeds here. This was just a bullshit name that the DK64 team either like saw and decided to use, or they just happened upon the same name, right? But this is still undeniable. Like, in universe, you can't dispute what this is referring to, even if the way we landed upon it in real life is far different. Windy Wood sounds like it could be correct. Man, so many wasp questions, Swanky. 4? Fuck, it was 3. Alright. Luckily, I have enough banana coins from dying multiple times. What is the name of the Kremland island that you are on? Crocodile Dump? Crocodile Isle? Crocodile Country? Crocodile Dump. I imagine K. Rool has massive crocodile dumps. What is... Which of these is not the name of an area of the island you have played? Crocodile Canyon. I bet Crocodile Canyon will come back whenever we get Kremlings back. That sounds like an alliterative name that will be reused at some point in the future. Oh, Stabber. I like Stabber. How many world map globes are there? Fuck off. 2. Such pertinent trivia. Alright. I don't need to visit Clubba, honestly. I'm gonna save my game because Webwoods is one of those levels that I foresee difficulties on. Oh, I saved it again. I pressed B on my gamepad thinking that would get me out, and instead I just wasted 2 banana coins. Can you refund me, Wrinkly? I didn't save anything. It was the same. Alright. Just maybe a second or 2 added to my time total. So, Webwoods, Foggy Forest. Look at this. I don't know if you've ever been, like, in the woods in the middle of heavy, thick fog. Doesn't quite look like this, but it's still this ethereal experience. Oh, come on. Alright. Not worth it. So this is a bit of a challenging level. This is kind of the Bramble scramble of Gloomy Gulch. This is God. This is one, maybe the more apt comparison would be Rambi Rumble, because you go through this chamber, you transform, and then you're that animal buddy for the second part of it. But it is a showcase of multiple different things. And as a kid, this was really hard. Oh, come on. It's mostly because I wasn't comfortable with Squitter, because I was afraid to do that, and instead I would play like this, right? I would just like make the webs right underneath me and crawl forward, and I was afraid to make big jumps with the webs. And you know, it's just like having more confidence versus this comfortable safety blanket made of webbing. Oh, that feels so nice. I can just fall asleep on those webs. But both are useful. I'd say both are useful to progress depending on where you are in a level. So one isn't necessarily superior to the other, it's all situational. Aiming the webs when you fire the offensive shots is important too. Squitter is the best animal buddy. I love all the animal buddies, even the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat Jungle Buddies. Because they're animal buddies, fuck you. Even the... He looks perverted. He looks like... like he's up there masturbating at all of the chaos happening down below. Fuck you. I love the animal buddies in returns that aren't really animal buddies and that all they do is get hypnotized and appear in the backgrounds of levels. But I love them. But Squitter is the king of my heart. What can I say? Squitter is ingenious. He's fun. He's a funny character. He's a cool-ass spider with sneakers from Donkey Kong Country 2. Dank as fuck. The fact that he is he's a platform creator in a platform game doesn't get enough recognition as an idea, right? Like, we see all of these, like, platform game creators like Mario Maker, right? But Squitter creates platforms within the context of a regular platform game itself. And that is just, I think, the most winning idea that the original DKC team ever came up with in the 2 games they worked on. And this is why Squitter is an absolute must. If they bring back the animal buddies, and I feel like that was like the biggest request after the Kremlings, bringing back the animal buddies. So there's a set piece here. I call it a set piece. It's how to get a bonus area. So that slow-ass cannonball, we're gonna walk back with it. Just marvel at how slow that's moving. And I can't let it catch me because it is lethal, even if it is unnaturally slow. Look at that. How does he shoot those like that? That is one crack shot cannon right there. Oh, and now we've been blasted to Brambles. This is shades of animal antics to come. So this is where the security blanket method does come in handy a bit. You don't want to jump. You just want to make... Oh! No! No! I had a hole in my blanket. It's probably what that one Kaboing was using to Kaboing himself. That pervert Kaboing, remember him? Remember how I killed him? Honk. Yeah, Squitter, I feel like you bring back the animal buddies. Squitter is an absolute must. And he probably won't come back. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It took incredible circumstances to bring back K-Rool. I died, though. That was the first death in Webwoods. That's not bad. All things considered, that's not bad in Webwoods. Oh, there's that pervert. I'm gonna shoot him in the ass because I feel like he would really enjoy that. Let's see if I can do it. All right. Oh yeah. Tickle that prostate. I'm not stigmatizing any ass play. That's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, considering he looked like he was masturbating up there, he would probably appreciate the little extra sexual stimulation. You know, he's on the clock. He's on the job. He shouldn't be getting off on any of this. I'm as sex positive as anyone. I'm like, you know, but there's a time and place, and the web woods are probably not that place. At least not when you're supposed to be, you know, killing the cool-ass spider with the sneakers from off of Donkey Country 2. I love that there's nothing particularly haunted about this level either. This is just further in the woods where there isn't so much residual spoopiness, where there isn't like memories of ropes that once were. But it is just a gloomy sort of autumn forest. Oh! Oh no! It dissipated underneath my feet and I fell. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, I need to pleasure this guy again. Now I'm getting off on it. Now it's becoming like this weird relationship we have where I look forward to it just as much as he does. This is probably why I should finish this level soon, or else things are gonna get very heated very quickly here in DK Vines. Not Halloween. Scream-A-Ganza. Save that for the late night variety frights. If the Idaho crew wants to come back after hours and pleasure that kaboing, well, I'm not gonna stop them. I like how when I fire a shot that wasn't intended for one, but it ends up hitting him anyway. It's always a good feeling. I also like when you hit something like a crook before they even get a shot off, before they even like fling their little boomerang hook hands. Not gonna get me, meanie neckies. You never know if they're dive bombing right for your face. Yeah, that one was. Sometimes they fly over you. And we're not even gonna worry about that cannon. I demonstrated the slow-moving cannonball. It's fine. So here is where it gets really tricky. And I remember in my younger days, in my hairless days, hairless down below, this would really trip me up here. Oh, and it still does. Probably because I shaved down there. I thought maybe I could get over him. I thought I could get over the zinger. And it ended up costing me. It costed me everything. But at the same time, so that That was stupid of me, but I got very close to his butthole. As close as I can get to his butthole, because it actually physically hurt me. I should have used lube. That's just a pro tip, by the way. Make sure you have lots of lubrication for your benefit and theirs. It's just common courtesy. But make sure to discuss it with your partner first. What kind of, based lubricant do you want? Because, you could have an allergic reaction to one, or just might not like the consistency of another. Just be a thoughtful lover, is what I'm saying, everybody. Everybody watching the DK Vines, not Halloween, Scream-A-Ganza, Donkey Kong Country 2 portion. Shoot a bunch of webs, see where they go. Alright. I feel like this one's... Oh! I was so concerned with the damn mini neckies. See, I was doing so well with web woods at first, and now it's all going tits up. I don't think I hit him on his butt that time. I think I hit him like on his calf muscles, or whatever passes for a calf muscle, on a kaboing, which is a critter with amputated lower legs, so Carol could put pogo sticks. I remember playing this on the Super Nintendo, the authentic DKC2 cartridge, and the lag time would be immense in Web Woods. More so than any other stage, more so than any other game, really, I remember on the Super Nintendo. And I remember thinking, it's not DKC2's fault. It's not DKC2's fault that the Super Nintendo can't handle its magnitude. So yeah, I was a little zealot even back then. I was like, it's the Super Nintendo's fault that DKC2 is just too perfect for it. I realize now that, I could have been easily indoctrinated into a cult at that age. Had it, struck my fancy as much as Rare Games did. That one, like, flew right over my head. Nice, alright. Now we're back to the zinger portion, and... I remember I would always hug the bottom of the screen. That's how I would get by all these zingers, and I'm not gonna do that because I'm an adult and I need to get over it. Ah, well that sucks. Oh! There we go. Watch this. Oh! So his own cannonball survived him. Oh, and there's the Rare logo. Look at that. They are so good at self-promotion within their own games. But it makes sense too when you consider that Rare is a real entity in universe. I'm just gonna get beneath it. Oh, fucking hell! Revenge of the Perverts. That's what I get. No, you know what? I don't appreciate it. I've been giving you and your kind pleasure this entire level, and how do you repay me right when I'm at the very end? No. So I didn't use lube that time. That's how I got back at him, just in case you were wondering. If I gave him what he wanted, how's that revenge? Well, it was rough. And he's lots of tearing and bleeding. Alright, thought I was done there. But, I mean, I applaud those kaboings. That was a poetic moment. I'm willing to take the sacrifice in both time and my own dignity if it's good, if it's for comedic payoff. If it's a good punchline, then it's fine. Yeah, I know, I'm not even going for the Kong letters. I've never cared about the Kong letters until, well, Donkey Kong Land I had to care about the Kong letters because, those neckies right here are the biggest pain in the ass. I cared about the Kong letters in Donkey Kong Land because that's how you save the game, and I cared about the Kong letters in Returns of Tropical Freeze because it was attached to, like, the end game, but in the original 3 country games and the second 2 land games, nah. Alright. I'm so close. I was so close. When I switch over to the Xbox here, I'm gonna also move to the floor because I won't need to talk in my my microphone. So it's gonna be great for my neck because my neck is starting to get sore playing a game and talking into my podcast mic. I'm old. Got neck pain. Also, I've got necky pain. Which I guess is appropriate considering what we're about to face off against. Talking about Revenge of the Perverts, well, it's also Revenge of the Neckies, considering the game started, not today, but Donkey Kong Country 2 sort of began with bird murder. Birder. Alright, here we go. Onslaught of the Neckies. One of them got me. What can I say? Alright. Now I'm down a hit, and I've got to go through the zingers. And also, if I get through the zingers, then I've still got to get through the perverts. Which is what I call kaboings now, apparently. Ah! I should have just gone for it, and I overthought it, and I got... I think losing my my hit really just made me start to panic a little bit. Nope. cannonballs, which not a substantive difference between the barrels and cannonballs right here. They'll both hurt you. You can't jump on barrels as squitter, so... Alright. It's the necky portion. Oh, fuck! I need to apparently use the safety blanket method. I was feeling so good about Web Woods until, you know, after the first death, and then it started to fall apart for me just a little bit. But I was like, wow, Web Woods, I'm breezing through it. Breezing through it better than I breezed through Gusty Glade, ironically enough. Gusty Glade, Gusty Glade. Gusty Glade, Gusty Glade, Gusty Glade. And then it just, I don't know. That pervert got me, and that's really where I lost all confidence. You start making stupid mistakes, too, along the way. Mistakes you wouldn't make have a sound mind and a rested body. Come on, man. Alright, maybe I'll just go above. Can't get me, can't get me, can't get me. No! Oh, man. I got taken out by the slow cannonball of all damn things. Alright, so this is where I keep tripping up. It's fine, though. Oh, and that asshole. He has such a wide loop that you have to get in the middle, and I've been just going right into his flight path, and that is stupid of me. Like, I should be going for that banana coin. I'm thinking it's a distraction, but it's actually a valuable insight, because if I'm where the banana coin is, it can't get me. Also, the order in which the webs dissipate is sometimes tricky, because you think one of them is going to stick around longer than it does, and then the one you're on starts vanishing. And you're like, whoa, 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 I thought I was good on that one. I thought it was the other one that was going to go away. That's what I'm having to watch for. Wasn't looking for any of that constant stream where I shoot a web and I just hit his ammunition. Alright, that worked for me before, so I'm gonna go above the neckies. I feel like it's mean I'm antagonizing them, because they weren't planning for this. They weren't planning for a spider, of all things, to go above their heads. Yeah, I'm not even gonna... Fuck you. Fuck you, cannon. Hit cannon. Oh, man, it still got me? I was taunting him and everything. I was feeling so cocky. And he got me. He got me just with his tail. He didn't even move. He was just so girthy back there. He probably farted. like zingers anymore. No, that's not true. I love them. We're just having a bit of a tiff. Just like me and the Kaboings had a tiff. Just like Espresso and I had a tiff on the DK Vine Done Slow of the original Donkey Kong Country. I get mad at characters sometimes, but I always come around again. I can't stay mad at them. Oh, that was risky. I just jumped without making a web. Why would I do that? I'm glad the hook just vanishes. It doesn't like you. If it's boomeranging back around, you would think it would come around even if he's there or not. But oh, here we go. There. Okay. A war of attrition where you're just hitting their cannonballs. And go above the mini neckies. Yes, that has been working well for me. For once, something is working for me. You know what? I'm not even gonna antagonize. Yes, I am. There we go. I'll just do it from a distance. Ugh! I always think, okay, so I make them too far apart, and then I walk through them, and I think I'm fine, and I'm not, and it's because, I was talking about the difference between the security blanket method of making webs and the more confident way, and I'm overconfident. I'm overconfident when I should be taking a little bit more precaution, even though I've been playing this game for 25 years. It's obviously still a challenge. It's obviously still hard. My favorite game of all time, a game I probably played more than any other game. It's still a challenge all these years later. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm not a professional gamer. I'm a Donkey Kong journalist. So it's like being a war correspondent, right? Like you might not be capable in the battlefield just because you can accurately report on what's happened. That's what I am. I also think just streaming in general, the pressure that puts on my brain makes this a little bit harder. Like if I were just playing this by myself, I probably would have got it done in 2-3 tries. But when I'm having to perform and I feel like there's pressure for me to play well, that's where I trip up. It's like gym class, right? Always kick that football when nobody was looking. Oh, man. There we go. Oh, man! I wanted 2 hits through here. Because it's that last zinger at the end. Okay. Nope. Okay. Now I just, the pervert squad. Get through them. Okay, get rid of the cannon. Oh, thank God. I'm done. I'll take the 1 banana. Just get me out of Webwoods. Alright. You ready for this? Are you ready for Creepy Crow? So, of course, Crow was the first boss in Crow's Nest of Gangplank Galleon. Turns out you killed him. You killed him at the end of the fight, because it's always ambiguous whether, you know, bosses are knocked out or not. Nothing ambiguous about this. And in the Game Boy Advance remake, they actually added his ghost leaving his body. So I just love that it's a boss fight with platforming in it. Like, you actually have to scale the rigging here. Now, what is the rigging, what is the mast of a pirate ship doing all the way up here? I don't really know. No! Shit! Shit! Ah, gamepad, I can't wait to put you down. The Wii U is underrated in some ways, but its natural controller can be nothing but overrated. And I liked it when it first came out. I have to say, like, I liked the feeling, because I liked portable gaming, but this, I realize now, no, it is flawed. Oh, well, I'll get that DK barrel then. It's rare that they offer you a DK barrel in a boss fight outside of K. Rool in this game. I like the ghost mini neckies too. Oh. Nope, the hooks are over here. Okay. Ah. Okay. Take him out. So the rain is just a nice touch too. Come here. Oh! Oh no! I got gold hoardered. I got gold hoardered by Creepy Crow. Oh my god! That's never happened to me before in the history of me playing this boss. Getting a simultaneous death blow. I do have to wonder what the ghost mini neckies are. I guess, are they mini neckies you also inadvertently killed? And then the one, like, living mini necky hanging out with them. I wonder if they hate him. Like, how did you avoid death, you bastard? There we go. It's fine. I got this. He's not gonna get me this time. You never know where the barrel's gonna spawn either. Bye. And he just evaporates. His ghostly form goes back to the Sea of the Damned. Greg the Grim Reaper comes to claim him. Whew! Well, there we go. There we have it. That was the creepy bits of Donkey Kong Country 2. And sure, there are other creepy bits. We could go into K. Rool's dungeon. We could do a whole bunch of other stuff. But I think as far as the DK Vine, not Halloween Scream-A-Ganza goes, that's a good stopping point. I want to thank everyone who's tuned in so far. Just, I see Twitch is still catching up to where we were. But yeah, I am going to be switching over to Grabbed by the Ghoulies here. I am going to take probably a couple minutes just to eat something, eat some protein, and I'm going to be setting up my Xbox, so there'll probably be like a 2 to 3 minute delay. Probably should urinate too. It's important that I urinate at some But I want to thank, Courtney's in the stream. Hi, Courtney. Andre, Jeff, thanks for watching. Gonna be moving over to Ghoulies now. Stay tuned, the DK Vine. Oh, great. Gardeners are outside right now, like, with their weed whackers mowing grass. Or it could just be a hockey mask clad serial killer. Who knows this time of year. So stay tuned, DK Vines. Not Halloween Scream-A-Ganza continues with Grabbed by the Ghoulies in just a few minutes. Thanks.